उन्होंने कहा कि जी जब तक आप ये दो शिकें इलेक्शन एक्ट की चैलेंज नहीं कर सकते आप ये बात कर नहीं सकते। हो सकता है गलत है, हो सकता है सही है, मगर एक जज की फाइंडिंग आ गई, वो फाइंडिंग दो जजेस ने कंफर्म कर दी। तो अब तसादुम तो हो गया ना, पेशावर हाई कोर्ट में, लाहौर हाई कोर्ट में, अब जजमेंट्स गायब तो नहीं होंगे। वो लाहौर हाई कोर्ट वाला जजमेंट आपने हमारे सामने चैलेंज किया है?
सर हम पार्टी में थे, हमने चैलेंज नहीं कर सकते।
ये जो कहते हैं कोई अपनी तरफ से गया ना,
चैलेंज करना चाहिए दोनों को पार्टी बता दें।
सर उसमें हम पार्टी नहीं है, पार्टी द पॉलिटिकल पार्टी इज नॉट देयर।
नहीं, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ ना, मगर जज साहब ने सही या गलत एक फैसला तो कर दिया है ना, वो आपको डायरेक्टली इफेक्ट कर रहा है। तो HM साया केस में अगर आप पार्टी ना भी हो तो आपको हक तो मिलता है ना। तो अब आपको पता चल गया है एक जजमेंट आपके खिलाफ आ गया है, और किसने फाइल किया है? कोई आपके दुश्मनों ने नहीं किया, आपके अपने लोगों ने फाइल किया है। वो तो एक अलग बात है, किसी ने शरारत खेली आपके साथ और चलो भाई ये कर दें, वो आप ही के लोग हैं, आप उनको आपने नजरअंदाज भी नहीं किया है कि हमने इनको पार्टी से खारिज कर दिया। क्या है, आपके कैंडिडेट भी हैं PTI के, तो उनको हम ऐसे तो हम, और अब हाई कोर्ट के जजमेंट्स को हम क्या करेंगे? वो कोई चैलेंज करेगा ना, नहीं तो अब जो भी फैसला है उसको जब तक तो कोई चैलेंज तो करे ना, फिर हम आगे पीछे उसको कर सकते हैं। अगर आप उसको चैलेंज ही ना करें, उसको छोड़ दें कि जी हम तो उसमें पार्टी नहीं थे, जजमेंट फिर भी रहेगा अपनी जगह पे ना, वो तो फॉर ऑल टाइम्स जो कम रह जाएगा अपनी जगह पे। अब वो आपको भी शायद अफेक्ट करे, दूसरे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को भी अफेक्ट करे। कल को कोई और पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज आ सकती है कि भाई ये जजमेंट गलत है, तो वो तो कह सकते हैं कि हम तो इस पार्टी में नहीं थे, हमें सुना नहीं। मगर आपका तो फिर नहीं कह, आपके कहना जरा मुश्किल हो जाएगा मेरे हिसाब से। बहरहाल आप नोट कर लीजिए बात, चलें आगे बढ़ते हैं। अच्छा जी, ये पेशावर हाई कोर्ट का भी ICA में ऑर्डर हुआ है, WP में हुआ है?
in WP, my lord.
IC है ही नहीं है, पेशावर में IC नहीं है।
Two judges here the petition, like in Sindh, my lord.
As a general rule, now this I'm asking a question, or court's order of a high court by a learned single judge in writ petition and another province's court order in a ICA, which takes priority?
My lord.
Have you understood the question?
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Over there, at least at the ICA, a determination has...
Forget this case. I'm asking a question of law.
My lord, it's a DB order in both cases.
Yes.
So they stand more or less on the same plane.
Yes.
Generally.
You won't add the one judge to the two judges and say there are three judges now.
No, my lord, because the order is that of a division bench in both,
okay,
both
it's
cases.
Interesting question.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever considered something like this before?
Not this honorable court, no, my lord. This has arisen, the issue has arisen sometimes.
ये इसको छोड़ें, general question of law पे पूछ रहे हैं.
General question.
One DB decides a matter and one ICA. ICA is an appellate forum. Decides a matter. Both stand on equal footing if there are two judges naturally in both. So that was the question.
Yes, my lord.
Because I've never considered this question before.
My lord, I haven't come across a judgment where the issue has been considered.
Ji, continue.
My lord, I was taking your lordship through page 140, which your lordship had taken a look at, and the election of office bearers, your lordship had taken a look at 141, 142. Then we, my lord, proceeded to page 192, where your lordship was dealing with the Federal Election Commission. And election commission shall be comprised following: Federal Election Commission.
तो हमने पढ़ लिए 4 सूबों के और 2 दूसरी टेरिटरीज के,
and
sections की violations हो रही है.
And these are the ones which the election commission says. What is the position of the election commission? They say that there was a duly elected commission. That was, at that time, the Federal Election Commissioner was Mr. Jamal Akbar Ansari. Now, thereafter, we have been told that this is the current gentleman, is the chairman, who is also the respondent number 2, is the Chief Election Commissioner of the party, insofar as we are concerned, we have not been informed of how he has come about. I showed to your lordship that he has been appointed as a result of an order passed, which is on your lordship's files, which your lordship just saw, by Mr. Umar Ayyub. The Election Commission says this is not the correct procedure for appointing someone because that is dealt with.
Has Jamal Ansari left the party?
My lord, the Election Commission says in the order which was impugned before the Peshawar High Court and which is before your lordship, that the Election Commission was not informed how this change has taken place.
As a matter of fact, do you know or no?
As a matter of fact, we don't, my lord. My instructions are
No,
that we
I'm
don't know.
thinking of another thing. PTI's earlier position was that the elections that we held in June of 2022 were in accordance with our constitution. Some people got elected, I don't know, I presume, and those people, now they've said, election commission says, no, this is not proper election. They say, okay, we go and hold another election. What happens to those people? Were they heard? Because वो भी तो उनकी भी तो vested right हो जाएगी ना, unless they are the same group of people, the same identical people who again got elected. Because if they are maintaining that are they conceding that the elections of June was not in accordance with law, or are they sticking with the story, or saying, okay, fine, we set aside these elections, has the political party set aside its own elections and said we'll hold it again? Otherwise, वो लोग कल को वो petition file कर देंगे, जी मैं तो elected हूँ, ये कैसे आ गए हमारी जगह? मतलब इस पे कोई बात हुई या नहीं हुई?
Before the Election Commission, they took the position that since you have pointed out all these defects, in order to cut the controversy short, we will recall those elections and hold elections afresh. That's how the second election came about.
वो वाले भी unopposed थे?
Those were, yes, my lord, and copy.
आपको जो 10 की प्रॉपर्टी है जो
They were, the instructions are, they were unopposed.
तो आपका इनसे बहुत पुराना झगड़ा चल रहा है इलेक्शन पे.
Sir, this was going on since the time when this particular party was the party in administration. The first reminder issued to them to hold elections because the period has expired was issued on 24th May 2021.
24th May?
May 2021.
फिर आपने कहा कि चलो आपको एक extension time दे देता हूँ.
Sir,
we are being benevolent.
They sought an extension on the ground that due to COVID.
क्या की हुकूमत कब तक थी?
Sir, their government continued till 10th of April 2022.
अच्छा, तो ये उस जमाने में ये हुकूमत में थे?
Yes, sir.
तो वे इलेक्शन क्यों नहीं कराए?
Sir, they said we were unable to hold the elections on account of the pandemic COVID-19, and therefore the Election Commission gave them a 1-year extension to hold the elections. Your Lordship will see.
जब वो हुकूमत में थे तो आपने उनको रिलीफ दे दी.
My Lord, we gave them a show cause notice while they were in.
Show cause notice के बाद में कहा चल भाई एक साल बात कर लो.
Yes, my Lord. But while they were still in government, on 24th of August 2021, we wrote to them and said that you were granted a 1-year extension and now the due date is coming and hold elections. Then we sent them a reminder on 7th.
जरा बताइए ये जो आप रेफर कर रहे हैं कहाँ है?
My Lord, yes. The first letter your Lordship will see is 24th of May 2021, which is at page 391 of your Lordship's paper.
Just for disclosure,
My Lord.
Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan,
My Lord.
we reached out to the Lahore High Court to find out the status of WP 332 of 23 and the other matter, and both are pending adjudication
Yes.
before a 5-member bench.
Yes, my Lord.
This is just now got it.
The order that your Lordship last saw, they were adjourned to 12th of January, which is
नहीं, ये
today.
तो आज स्टेटस हमने कहा, हो सकता है कभी डिसमिस हो गया हो, कुछ हो गया हो ना, नॉन प्रोसिक्यूशन या कुछ.
तो आज तो this,
Now please take us to the letter of 24th of May.
my Lord, that is at page 391. I am directed to refer to the correspondence resting on the subject. Attention.
एक सेकेंड.
3
My lord,
Part two
page
में होगा।
391.
आप तो पार्ट भी बता दिया करें।
Sir, I'm sorry, part 2.
हाँ 391 में 391
Page, part 2.
जी
I am directed to refer to the correspondence resting on the subject. Attention is drawn towards sections 208, 209 and 215 of the Elections Act 2017, read with Rule 158 of the Election Rules 2017, thereof whereby a political party is to conduct intra-party elections in accordance with its constitution, a mandatory requirement under the law to sustain, retain the already allotted election symbols, and to contravene with prescribed legal provisions, a political party shall be issued show cause notice by the Election Commission, and election symbol whereof shall be withdrawn, enabling the party ineligible to obtain an election symbol for the elections to come. Foregoing in view, it is advised that intra-party elections of your political party may be conducted timely in a manner provided in party's constitution to avoid being declared ineligible as given in law. If your lordship graciously turns
but इसमें तो इससे भी पहले चल रहा था says I'm direct to refer to the correspondence resting on the subject.
Yes,
So
there was some earlier correspondence.
and till when was this political party in government?
So this party was in government till 10th of April 2022.
10th of April. So this letter was written while they were in government.
Yes, my lord. And this,
So the allegation that you were somehow under pressure, are you making that point here?
my lord, no, we are pointing out just to your lordship the
In the
history.
behest of the caretaker government, you're doing this?
No. My lord, all that the ECP is saying before your lordship is that this is a matter, this is a background to how the first,
जवाब किधर दिया उन्होंने?
my lord, we didn't get satisfaction to this, so we issued a show cause notice, which is at
जवाब ही नहीं दिया इन्होंने ये।
page 392.
नहीं, जवाब तो दिया हुआ है ना उन्होंने।
My lord,
टाइम
yes,
मांगा
they
कोविड की वजह से।
they wrote
कोविड
that.
2019 में था ना?
जी सर, if your lordship नहीं, ये 2021 का सर लेटर है।
नहीं मगर कोविड तो कोविड-19 कहते हैं ना, 2019 का है ना? जी
My
तो
lord,
चले 19-20 निकल गया तो 21 में आप मांग
जी
रहे
सर, and then they give a reply.
वो किधर है?
My lord, that is at page 393.
393 ये जरा पढ़ लें,
जी सर,
इसका रेलेवेंट पोर्शन पढ़ लें, जो भी पूरा पढ़ना चाहें।
that with regard to the paragraph 2, that with regard to the concern raised by ECP in the instant show cause regarding failure of PTI, provision of certificate pertaining to conduct of intra-party elections due on 13th June 2021, it is submitted without prejudice that due to
तो ये
COVID-19,
मान रहे हैं कि ड्यू हैं।
जी sir, and they were due as of 13th June according to them, that due to COVID-19 all activities where public gather are restricted. It is due to this reason that holding of various events of the party including intra-party elections were affected and many activities could not be carried out as per schedule. If your lordship may graciously turn the page, last paragraph, in light of above you are therefore requested to withdraw show cause notice and a time period of 1 year subject to permission to hold large public gatherings by NCOC, and government may be granted to PTI for holding of intra-party election in the interest of justice, please. Then, my lord,
ये 1 year कब होगा एक खत्म?
sir, we give them time, and there's the next letter on 24th August 2021. Next letter, my lord, at page 395. Paragraph 2. As per record, the last intra-party elections of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf were conducted on 13 June and the tenure was fixed 4 years as per party constitution 2018.
4 years था या 3 years था?
Sir, according to the current constitution, it is 3 years. They are mentioning 4 years as per the constitution of 2018. This is the 2019 constitution which your lordship have before you. Later on, amended constitution submitted in the year 2019, and according to its sunset clause 4.1, the party has to conduct the intra-party election within 18 months of the adoption of the constitution of the party, and as such the target date was 1st November 2020. However, the Honorable Election Commission has accepted your request and advised to conduct intra-party elections of the chairman and other office bearers well before 13 June 2022. And then, my lord,
You are overtly generous.
we give them a 1 year.
You were overtly generous because they were in government.
My lord,
I mean, they are themselves accepting that 1st November 2020 is the target date, and you said, "Chalo, 2 saal le lo."
sir, because of the COVID-19 restrictions, because they had pleaded in the previous letter, asked for 1 year, that is why the election commission gave. There is no other
बाकी
explanation.
पार्टी से आप भी generous थे आप या नहीं?
Sir,
दो चार पार्टी और भी थी जिन्होंने कोविड की वजह से एक्सटेंशन मांगी थी, they were granted the extension.
that's correct, Your
अच्छा,
Lordship.
तो अब आपने दी 13 जून को।
जी सर, फिर
इन्होंने इलेक्शन कब किए फिर?
सर, the elections were then held on 13th June.
इन्होंने 10 जून को किए।
जी सर,
जो आपने कहा कि सही नहीं है।
जी सर।
अच्छा।
And that was also held after we gave them a reminder letter.
वो आपने क्यों कहा था कि सही नहीं है 10 जून वाले इलेक्शन? बुनियादी बातें।
They were because the elections were to be held in accordance with the constitution.
नहीं, बुनियादी बातें
And
बताइए।
there were certain violations of the constitutional provisions of the PTI.
नहीं, आपको पता है point क्या नहीं
itself. My lord, this was the ground urged over there, that several provisions of the PTI constitution were violated, that several of the persons were not appointed correctly, and that is why that order was issued. That impugned order is before your lordship. It is at page.
नहीं, देखिए मखदूम साहब, एक सवाल उठता है जो हमारे जहन में भी है। हम जो जहन में होता है मैं कह देता हूँ, कभी कभी लोग पसंद नहीं करते हैं। हम ये देखना चाह रहे थे कि आपका इनके साथ रवैया जो है अब वो क्या सख्त हो गया है? चलो ले लो साल, आपने नहीं कहा कि 3 महीने ले लो, 6 महीने ले लो। भाई आपको क्या पता था कि कोविड 1 साल और चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा? बहरहाल आपने बहुत जेनरोसिटी का जाहिर की, तो 1 साल आपने इनको दे दिया। फिर उन्होंने इलेक्शन किया, आप कह रहे हैं फिर वो भी इलेक्शन सही नहीं हुआ। ठीक है, तो ठीक है, बस ये हम देखना चाह रहे थे कि ये आपका एटीट्यूड कैसा है, कि अभी बदला है या पुराना है? क्योंकि उस वक्त एक अहम बात जो सामने आई है वो ये, उस वक्त ये सरकारी पार्टी थे, अब शायद नहीं है सरकारी पार्टी, तो उस वक्त आप इनको अकोमोडेट कर दिया, बहुत ज्यादा कर दिया 1 साल का, मगर फिर भी अकोमोडेट किया। मगर आपने इशू रेज किया हुआ है इलेक्शन का जब से इनकी सरकार थी।
My lord, yes. And the other thing, my lord, that at the very time, in the first letter which I read out before your lordship of 24th of May 2021, at page 391 part 2, we had said that the consequence of not holding this election,
ये बात भी आप कर चुके हैं।
इनको उस वक्त जब ये पार्टी इन पावर थे, इनको कहा कि आपका सिंबल वापस ले लिया जाएगा अगर आप इससे कंप्लाई नहीं करते। दिस इज द कॉन्सिक्वेंस।
उन्होंने इस बात की मुखालिफत नहीं की, आपके पास ये हक है ही नहीं,
दैट जुरिसडिक्शन दे डिड नॉट कॉन्टेस्ट।
उन्होंने कहा ठीक है, आपकी बात सही, इलेक्शन नहीं किया, 1 साल दे दीजिए, हम कर देंगे।
जी
ठीक, समझ गए, आगे बढ़िए। कोई और पॉइंट?
The next point is that when the elections were held, first time round, we passed an order. They challenged that order, as your lordship saw.
तो हो गया सारा।
जी, वो सारी बात हो गई।
Don't repeat it, sir.
Yes, they passed that order. Then they appeared before the election commission. They resigned from that position and they said we'll hold another election. Now and that time, then they have thereafter proceeded to hold the second election. As a result of the second election, the election commission has raised certain objections and passed the order. What is the crux of that order? The second order which was impugned before the Peshawar High Court.
एक आपने बात की कि आपने जो अपने आईन में जो लिखा हुआ है, जो 7 मेंबरान का बोर्ड वो आपने बनाया इन इलेक्शन करने
My lord, yes.
दूसरी बात आपने कहा है कि एक अजीब बात है कि पूरे पाकिस्तान में सभी अनअपोज्ड आ गए। तीसरी बात आपने कहा कि आपने ये तो बताया नहीं अपने मेंबरान को इलेक्शन हो कहाँ रहा है, नॉमिनेशन पेपर कहाँ है, कितने नॉमिनेशन फाइल हुए, मतलब कितने लोग मौजूद थे। तो ये आपकी बातें, इसके अलावा जो बातें वो बताइए।
जी सर, हमने इनको ये कहा कि आपके
Repeat ना करें।
No, my lord. We said that according to your constitution, you could co-opt if there was a vacancy in the membership of the commission. But if the chairman ceases to be, the chairman has to be elected in terms of your own constitution, and The present chairman of the Federal Election Commission of the PTI is not an elected person. He has been appointed by Mr. Umar Ayub. You claim
ये कहाँ लिखा है? आइन में इनके कहाँ लिखा है?
in the impugned or in the order.
ऑर्डर में नहीं, इनके आइन में पहले दिखाए ना शेख,
Ain.
फिर इम्प्यून ऑर्डर पे जाइए, या आपके कानून की बात कर रहे हैं, इलेक्शन एक्ट की?
No, my lord, I am showing your lordship from their constitution, which is at page 124, and if your lordship graciously proceeds to page Federal Election Commission, secondly, again taken my paper. My lord, at file 1, page 192. Yeah, one.
ये मेरी नहीं थी। आपको क्या चाहिए? आपकी थी।
Sir, your lordship will see functions. And the election commission marked the provision. Article 9,
नहीं, किस आर्टिकल?
page 192. इसको दिखाना मुझे page 192.
9 तो इधर है ही नहीं। अच्छा, रोमन
Roman 9.
जी, फेडरल, ये तो हम पढ़ चुके हैं।
My lord, the Secretary General shall propose with the approval of the chairman. Yes, my lord. The Secretary General shall propose with the approval of the chairman the names for all the 6 commissioner and chief of the Federal Election Commission from outside the membership of the National Council, and that's the method of how they are elected. Paragraph 5. The commission can co-opt associated members for specific jobs departments and may co-opt members for any vacancy arising out of resignation or incapacitation of a member. 6. In case of the resignation or incapacitation of the Chief Federal Election Commission, full above mentioned procedure need to be adopted, which is the procedure of election given in paragraphs 2 and 3 above. So while a co-option,
तो आपका कहना है कि उमर अयूब साहब के पास कोई इख्तियार नहीं था,
that's the submission, my lord.
क्या करना चाहिए था उनको?
My lord, if the Chief Election Commissioner has resigned, the election had to take place in terms of paragraphs 2
ये उस
and
खत
3.
में क्या लिखा है? उन्हें रिजाइन किया या उनको रिमूव किया?
It says that Mr. Gohar Khan has resigned and therefore you are being appointed. Page 89. Page 89, part 1. Following the resignation of Barrister Gohar Khan on 27th November 2023, it is notified that Mr. Niazullah Khan Niazi is hereby appointed as CEC, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, with immediate effect.
अगर आप ये भी कह रहे हैं कि ये सेक्रेटरी जनरल कैसे अपॉइंट हुआ उनका?
Sir. And that is the other point which we make in that order by the Election Commission, that the Secretary General himself could not have been appointed in this manner, and in any event, on our record, Mr. Asad Umar still continues on
As
our
the Secretary General.
as the Secretary General. On our record, Mr. Umar Ayub was never brought on. Election provision कहाँ?
ये तो इलेक्शन कमीशन को इन्फॉर्म करना जरूरी है कि सेक्रेटरी जनरल चेंज हो गया?
My lord, because the list of party bearers is filed with us, and we need to know who is
किस
there.
लॉ के तहत?
My lord,
किस लॉ के तहत?
my lord,
लॉ की बात कर।
under the Election Act, they have.
हाँ, इलेक्शन एक्ट के जरा रेलेवेंट प्रोविजंस बताएं हमें, क्योंकि we've seen their constitution, we want to see now the law.
Yes, my lord. If your lordship may see, the first provision in this respect is 200. Your lordship will see chapter 11, political parties. And then this is how 201, how the political party is constituted. A political party shall formally.
वो ना पढ़े, रेलेवेंट बात बताएं।
जी सर। सर बी में आप देखें ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द पार्टी एट द फेडरल, प्रोविंशियल एंड लोकल लेवल्स व्हिच एवर इज
कौन सा सेक्शन में पढ़ रहे हैं आप?
200
मैं 201
सेक्शन 200.
200 या 201?
201 सर। 200 is just who will be a political party. 201 is shall constitute, formulate its, so it's a requirement of the law. A political party shall formulate its constitution by whatever name called, which shall include the aims and objectives of the political party, B, organizational structure of the political party at the federal, provincial and local levels, then membership fees, designation and tenure of the office bearers of the political party, criteria for receipt and collection of funds for the political party, and F, my lord, procedure for 1, election of office bearers, 2, power and function of office bearers including financial.
वो subsection 3 है मेरे ख्याल में.
My lord, any change in the constitution of a political party shall be communicated to the commission within 15 days of incorporation of the change, and the commission shall maintain updated records of the constitutions of all the political parties.
Constitution, are we here referring to the constitution of the body or
Yes.
constitution document?
My lord, in my submission, this sounds like the constitution of the body, constitution of a political party.
Yes. तो ये है 2013.
Yes.
तो हमारा सवाल था क्या क्यों बताएं आपको, तो 201 ये लाजिम करता है उनको कि बताएं आपको.
Yes, ma'am.
3.
And then 202, how the political parties are enlisted. And then if your lordship may proceed,
तो ये आपसे राब्ता पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज का मुतवातिर होना चाहिए.
sir,
ये जो आप कह रहे हैं ये सिर्फ आप इनके लिए तो नहीं कर रहे हैं, सारी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के कर रहे
that's true for every political party.
हैं. नहीं आपने ये तो नहीं किया इम्तियाजी सलूक इनके साथ.
No, sir, no, not at all. We have required this of every political party. Then your lordship will see section 206. This is the selection for elective offices. Then 207, functioning of a political party. And that requires them to convene a general meeting every year. It requires that they shall have an elected general council at the federal, provincial and local levels. Then your lordship will see 208, the office bearers of a political party at the federal, provincial and local levels, wherever applicable, shall be elected periodically in accordance with the constitution of the political party, provided that a period not exceeding 5 years shall intervene between any two elections. Any member of a political, then who can participate, my lord? Any member of a political party, subject to the provisions of the constitution of the political party, be provided with an equal opportunity of contesting election for any political party
मेंबरशिप
office.
की डिटेल्स भी आपको देना होती है नहीं?
Sir, office bearers की details देते हैं ये.
मेंबरशिप की जरूरत नहीं है.
Initially देते हैं.
Right, when the party is enlisted, at the time of its enlistment, they provide, because the requirement is that they should be at least have 2,000 members before it can be enlisted as a political party by the election commission.
और 209 क्या कहता है?
200, सर अगर 208 एक बार और देख लें सर, a member of a political party shall, subject to the provisions of the constitution of the political party, be provided with an equal opportunity of contesting elections for any party office. Subsection 3.
आपका बुनियादी तौर पे ये केस है 208(2) का
Yes.
कि आपने अपने मेंबरान को ये मौका नहीं दिया कि वो इलेक्शन लड़ सके.
And in respect of Mr. Umar Ayyub, your lordship may see also subsection 4, the political party shall publish the updated list of its central officer bearers and executive committee members by whatever name called on its website, and send the list and any subsequent change in it to the commission.
ये वो तो चले एक टेक्निकल चीज है ना. दो बातें हो गई ना. एक होती बुनियादी हकूक.
जी सर.
बुनियादी हकूक आइन में भी दर्ज है, आर्टिकल 17 में भी इलेक्शन का हक. अब एक टेक्निकल चीज है कि उन्होंने नाम भेजा नहीं भेजा, चलें भाई उसको तो आप नजरअंदाज करना चाहें या ना करना चाहें मुझे नहीं पता, मगर एक बुनियादी हक है हर शहरी का कि वो अपनी मर्जी की पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को वोट करे, और ये बुनियादी हक हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के मेंबर का भी है कि वो वोट का हक इस्तेमाल कर पाए
My lord.
और लड़ सके इलेक्शन किसी ऑफिस के लिए. नहीं तो फिर अगर हम ये हक छीन लें तो फिर तो डिक्टेटरशिप नेशनल लेवल पे भी हो जाएगी और निजी लेवल पे भी हो जाएगी. जी मेरी मर्जी मैं जो करूं.
And that is why, my lord, in section 209, the requirement.
ये सब पॉलिटिकल पार्टी से आप बराबर का
Yes,
सलूक कर रहे हैं
yes,
ना.
yes, my lord. There is, in my instructions are that
मगर इतना माइन्यूटली और जितनी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हैं उनका भी आप रिकॉर्ड इसी तरह देख रहे हैं इतना माइन्यूटली?
Yes, my lord.
सर ये अभी
वहाँ भी अनअपोज आते हैं या वहाँ आपने
My lord, and we have delisted today.
अनअपोज जो आ
ये
रहे
अभी हमने एक डीलिस्टेड का केस अभी
जी
देखा
सर,
था।
हम
ये मगर
अभी
एक बात जो
Up to
आपके
today-
फेवर में शायद जाती है कि आपने ये इशू उठाया था जब पीटीआई खुद हुकूमत में थी।
My lord.
तो ये एक मेरे ख्याल में एक वजनी बात है।
My lord.
ये नहीं कि एकदम से हुकूमत से गए तो आप इनके पीछे पड़ गए। मतलब ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है। मेरे आई डोंट नो मे बी
My lord, that is our respectful submission and reply to the query of my lord, Mr. Justice Muhammad Ali Mazhar, for various violations. Even today, 13 political parties have been delisted.
And one and earlier part of the day.
चलें खैर उसकी बात ना करें, कल को हमारे सामने होंगे।
जी सर,
तो
जी
वो मगर ये बस हम ये देखना चाहते हैं कि भाई आपका ये कोई पिक एंड चूज वाला एटीट्यूड ना हो।
जी सर।
अच्छा, तो असली बात इलेक्शन की आ गई ना बस।
जी सर, and then
भाई ये
certificate.
माइनर चीजें तो चलें ठीक है। वो
ये अनअपोज आने की जो रवायत है ये इससे इन्हीं के पास आई है या और दूसरी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज में भी अनअपोज इलेक्शंस हैं? दूसरी और जितनी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज जो दे आर
My lord, I will take instructions and specific.
पीछे इलेक्शन वाले इलेक्शन कमीशन
Unopposed.
ये अनअपोज जो है और पार्टीज में भी आते हैं या सिर्फ यहीं पे ये रिवायत कायम हो गई है और आपकी दूसरी पार्टीज में इलेक्शन होते हैं प्रॉपर या वो भी इसी तरह होता है?
रिकॉर्ड देख के फिर बता सकते।
जरा चेक कर लीजिएगा कल।
चलें आप देख लें।
The submission is, my lord, that the objection.
Let's finish with the law now.
Yes, my lord. Section 209. A political party shall, within 7 days from completion of the inter-party elections, submit a certificate signed by an office bearer authorized by the party head to the commission to the effect that the elections were held, and it's very important, my lord, in accordance with the constitution of the political party. And this act to elect the office bearers at the federal, provincial and local levels wherever applicable in accordance with the constitution of the political party. And if your lordship may then straight away proceed to section 215.
215
My lord.
एलिजिबिलिटी।
Yes, my lord. Anything notwithstanding.
ये आपको भेजा उन्होंने सर्टिफिकेशन?
My lord, they did.
वो किधर है, किस सफ़े पे है?
And that is on the basis of that we proceeded to issue them a notice, and thereafter these proceedings took place.
ये 440 या 441 पे देंगे।
My lord, if your lordship may
89 या
graciously
90 पे है
please.
ये
440।
This is, my lord,
Page 90.
page 440, letter to the ECP from PTI stating that the intra-party elections took place on 2nd of December 2023.
एक सेकंड।
This is in part 2.
एक सेकंड।
नहीं, ये जो इनका फॉर्म है ना,
ये
फॉर्म
दोबारा
65
बताइए।
My lord, this is
सर्टिफिकेशन।
फॉर्म
page
65 जो है,
440, part 2.
फॉर्म 65 पेज 66 पे है।
जी सर।
तो पार्ट 1 देख लेना, वो जो चीफ साहब पूछे पेज 66 है पार्ट 1 पेज 66।
ये सर्टिफिकेशन।
हाँ, ये फॉर्म 65 डालना है ना, ये
फॉर्म ये 65 किधर है? फॉर्म 65 ये यही है? नहीं, यही फॉर्म। जी जी जी, ये फॉर्म वाली बुक है हमारे पास
रूल्स में।
जी सर, ये रूल्स के अंदर प्रेस्क्राइब फॉर्म है, that is
Rules
there in
कहाँ
the
इसके?
rules.
ये वाले फॉर्म 65 निकालिए।
रूल्स की किताब में है ना फॉर्म
जी सर, this is under rule 158(1).
168 पे
फॉर्म 65।
जरा ये पढ़ लें।
My lord, yes. Form 65, certificate regarding intra-party elections. I such and such office.
नहीं, इनका एक्चुअल वाला पढ़े ना, पेज 68 पे।
Page 68, 66. This is Barrister Gohar Ali Khan, Chairman of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, do hereby certify that intra-party elections have been held in accordance with the constitution of the party and the provisions of the Election Act 2017, and furnish the following information and documents annexed hereto in respect of: 1. The date of the last intra-party elections 13/6/2017 declared invalid the names, designations and address of the party leaders and all other office bearers along with their attested copies of NICs elected at the federal, provincial and local levels wherever applicable. The election results, including the total number of votes cast and the number of votes secured by each contestant
ये किधर है?
for all of party offices.
ये किधर है?
ये तो सर because
नहीं, इन्होंने लिखा है
they have said they are unopposed, so therefore
जी, यही तो ये कैसे कह रहे हैं कि the number of votes cast and the number of votes secured, ये कैसे कह रहे हैं? ये कौन सा इसके साथ मुंसलिक किया है इन्होंने?
nothing, because all the certificates.
क्योंकि देखिए एक जगह तो आपने पढ़ा था कि अनअपोज आए,
जी सर,
इधर ये तो कह रहे हैं कि नहीं, वोट्स कास्ट हुए और नंबर ऑफ वोट्स सिक्योर्ड बाय ईच कैंडिडेट.
If your lordship takes a look at what they have filed,
उधर तो नहीं लिखा है कुछ.
that is from page 79 onwards. Your lordship, sorry, even before
3 का जवाब किधर है?
रोमन 3 का सर जो इनका अपना डॉक्यूमेंट है वो पेज 78 पे है, अगर आप देखिए 8. सो अंडर दी
ये तो सारा उन्होंने लिख दिया अनअपोज.
वोट्स के नीचे अनअपोज
तो
लिखा है.
बैरिस्टर गौहर अली खान, चेयरमैन पीटीआई, अनअपोज.
दिस लिस्ट
रोमन 3 है, वो कहता है, और आई थिंक ये फॉर्म 65 भी यही कहता है कि एक्चुअल वोट्स होंगे ना, कि आपको 10 वोट मिले, उसको 100 वोट मिले, जो भी होता है, टोटल नंबर ऑफ वोट्स कास्ट एंड द नंबर ऑफ वोट्स सिक्योर्ड बाय ईच कंटेस्टेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ पार्टी ऑफिसेस.
तो ये पेज 79 पे भी देखिए, जो इस वक्त बात चल रही थी उमर अयूब खान साहब के हवाले से कि वो कब इलेक्ट हुए हैं, वो तो इस वाले में पेज 79 पे लिखा हुआ है, डेजिग्नेशन सेक्रेटरी जनरल अनअपोज. ये तो इलेक्शन के बाद आए ना.
जी जी.
तो उससे पहले सेक्रेटरी जनरल का जो सवाल था वो कब अपॉइंट हुए थे?
सर देयर वाज अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर रिकॉर्ड्स.
नहीं, ये देखे ना, इसमें सेंट्रल ऑफिस बेयरर्स की जो लिस्ट है ना पेज 79 पे.
जी सर.
उमर अयूब खान, डेजिग्नेशन सेक्रेटरी जनरल, वोट्स अनअपोज.
जी सर, दिस इज विद इफेक्ट फ्रॉम 2nd of December. योर लॉर्डशिप इज राइट.
उससे पहले साइन कर रहे हैं ना सेक्रेटरी जनरल की.
जी सर.
मुझे एक और खत दिखाया था आपने, वो दिखाइए कि आई रिजाइन, तो इनको अपॉइंट कर रहा हूँ.
ये गौर साहब
जी
की
सर,
सिग्नेचर के बाद
86 पे तो नहीं.
आपने अभी दिखाया था मैं कहीं.
उससे ये क्वेश्चन लिंक हो रहा था ना कि आपने कहा उनकी अपॉइंटमेंट का कोई प्रोसीजर बताया नहीं है या अपॉइंटमेंट का कोई लेटर नहीं है रिकॉर्ड का, इसलिए ये सवाल आपसे.
आपने अभी हमें बताया था, वो एक खत था.
I'll just give your lordship the page 89.
Sorry, 86 में 89.
Page 89. Part 1 again, my lord.
ये देखें ना, ये है 28 नवंबर 2023 का.
ये इन्होंने अपने, मतलब ये तो पहले का है.
जी सर.
इलेक्शन से पहले का. तो ये कब बने, कैसे बने, ये नहीं पता आपको?
Sir, he was never. Your lordship has seen the law.
आपका मौक़िफ़ ये है कि असद उमर ही आज सेक्रेटरी जनरल हैं.
जी, चूंकि this election.
और अगर वो पार्टी छोड़ गए या नहीं है तो कोई तरीकेकार होना चाहिए किसी और को अपॉइंट करने का, जो इलेक्शन होना चाहिए.
Yes sir. And according to the law,
तो पहले उनका इलेक्शन होगा, फिर वो इलेक्शन, फेडरल इलेक्शन क्या होता है, फेडरल इलेक्शन कमिश्नर अपॉइंट करेंगे और 6 और इलेक्शन कमिश्नर बनेंगे जो बॉडी को बनाएगा जिसके तहत इंतखाबात होंगे.
Yes,
चलेगा ना मामला?
Yes, madam. Because what your lordship have from page 78 to 87.
ये सवाल तो इनके लिए हम पूछेंगे इनसे. आप कह रहे हैं ये ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं किया इन्होंने. अब हम ये सवाल पूछेंगे कि किया या नहीं किया, वो सुन भी रहे हैं. ठीक है. और आपका कोई अगला पॉइंट?
So we show that from 78 to 87 they were all unopposed. Our submission was, and the election commission order which is there with your lordship.
एक और बात जो है
जी,
आपने कहा ये हमने अज खुद नहीं किया, अज खुद भी आपने किया था और इनकी अपने कंप्लेंट्स भी आए.
जी सर.
इनके अपने फाउंडिंग मेंबर्स वगैरह की.
सर.
हमें भी तो इलेक्शन लड़ने दो
सर,
बेशक हार जाएं. अच्छा,
मखदूम साहब, ये इलेक्शन अगर अनाउंस हो जाए उनका, तो हाउ इज दैट पब्लिसाइज्ड? हाउ वुड एवरीबडी कम टू नो के इलेक्शंस हो रहे हैं इनके? व्हाट्सएप फैसिलिटी तो सबको अवेलेबल नहीं है.
कोई पब्लिक नोटिस हुई है, कोई अखबार
क्या कोई कानून में कोई शिक है या इनके अपने रूल्स में कोई शिक है?
The law only provides that they should be held in a fair and transparent
में
manner.
कुछ है?
Constitution may, I haven't come across a provision which provides a particular method, but the law which exists, the law says there should be in a fair and transparent manner where persons should be given a right to participate, and that's there in 208, which we, and 209, and not 209, 208, which we just read out to your Lordship.
अच्छा कोई स्पेसिफिक शिक नहीं है रूल्स में कि आपको अखबार में नोटिस देना है या क्या करना
No, my lord, that's not it.
Conducted in accordance with their.
कि अपने रूल्स
Because they have to conduct it, my lord, in
है
accordance.
रूल्स में आपके इलेक्शन रूल्स में कुछ ऐसी बात है
इलेक्शन रूल्स के अलावा इनके अपने रूल्स भी लगे हुए हैं
जी,
वो हाँ इनके अपने रूल्स हैं वो देखिए अभी नजर पड़ी थी मेरी
that
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के साथ देखे ना इनके
जी जी सर बिल्कुल लगे हुए but our submission is that these rules were to be made by the election commission itself for its purposes. It couldn't change the party constitution. They couldn't under these rules bring in someone who was not entitled to come in under through the party constitution.
Rules?
Provision कहाँ है? Constitution में.
मखदूम साहब अगर इन केस इन द मिडल कोई ऐसी इमरजेंसी आ जाती है जिस तरह इस पार्टी के साथ हुआ इन द मिडल इनके सेक्रेटरी जनरल चले गए उमर असद साहब इम्प्रेशन यूँ मिल रहा था एज इफ ही हैज लेफ्ट द पार्टी पोजीशन नॉट द पार्टी तो ऐसे के लिए कोई है इनके रूल्स या एक्ट में इनके कुछ ऐसा है कि कोई टेम्पररी अरेंजमेंट हो सकती है
The Constitution, your ladyship, deals under section 512 on page 141 with the election of office bearers, and then कैसे आता है The party which my lord Mr. Muhammad Ali Mazhar was referring to, they, my lord, are framed by the election commission under article 9 paragraph f.1 at page 192.
हाँ उसमें देखें इनके रूल्स के अंदर कोई तरीका दिया है पब्लिसाइज करने का
No, your lordship, because they develop their bylaws, internal working in accordance with the constitution and notify the
Where is the document of rule मुझे वो बताया ना वो मिल नहीं रहा वो उसमें है इसमें
rules sir page 99 they begin with 98 and the yeah.
They're not part of the
ये तो 99 ये है ना इलेक्शन रूल्स इनके 98 के ऊपर हैं ये आप देखिए
your lordship will notice two things immediately. These have been brought forward by them now. They are not a part of their constitution, and the election commission, they were not submitted to the election commission.
उसमें कुछ फर्क आ गया है
Sir, yes.
Because the statute says the election has to be held in accordance with the constitution, not any bylaws.
Because your lordship
इसमें देखें ये अगर ये इलेक्शन रूल्स 2020 हैं ये
Sir.
these are PTI own rules
My lord.
इसमें इन्होंने कहा है कि वेन्यू को हम अनाउंस भी करेंगे और लोगों को बताएंगे भी कि लिबर्टी टू चूज वन वेन्यू फॉर होल्डिंग ऑफ इलेक्शन
My lord.
और सेपरेट कीपिंग इन व्यू द सिक्योरिटी एंड अदर अरेंजमेंट
Yes,
एज
sir.
माइट बी रेलिवेंट
Yes,
द
sir.
वेन्यू मे बी नोटिफाइड सेपरेटली
Yes.
और एज पार्ट ऑफ द इलेक्शन प्रोग्राम तो ये जो वेन्यू की बात हो रही थी अभी इससे पहले वो उन्होंने इसमें लिखा हुआ है नॉमिनेशन के लिए रूल 6 में एनी वेरीफाइड वोटर में propose or seconded the name of any candidate as chairman. ये जरा सा illegible है copies.
Chairman on form 1.
Nomination form may be filed by the candidate by his proposer and seconder before the returning officer. ये है इसके अंदर rules 20 के अंदर.
Any verified voter may propose or second the name of any candidate.
नहीं तो आप कह रहे हैं कोई नया मंशूर इनका बना है
No, my lord, what happens is that
आप कह रहे हैं मैं मानता नहीं हूं मगर कोई नया मंशूर है।
no, I'm saying, my lord, the constitution is the constitution of 2019. The law requires that the elections should take place in accordance with the constitution.
वो तो हम समझ गए मगर फिर आपने अभी कुछ जिक्र किया कि इनने कोई नया मंशूर इनका मौकिफ है।
These rules of 2020 are framed by the election commission for its own internal working. That is there on page 192 of your lordship's file. They specifically say 192. Under the heading functions after number 6.
192
Page 192 part 1, my lord.
वो तो फेडरल इलेक्शन कमीशन।
जी सर, उसका अगर आप
ये तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है।
sir, if you lordship looks at the middle,
bylaws को बता रहा है, these are not the rules, bylaws for
sir, यही है
सॉरी आई मिस द पॉइंट।
sir, the rules which are here or the bylaws which are here.
नहीं जरा एक सेकंड जरा आप वजाहत कर दीजिए। आप जब रूल्स बात कर रहे हैं तो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ पाकिस्तान की बात कर रहे हैं?
No, my lord.
no, PTI के own
PTI rules.
फिर आप ये वजाहत कीजिए ना जरा।
My lord.
जी
So the federal under the heading functions F. Your lordship will see F.1. The Federal Election Commission shall develop the bylaws for its internal working in accordance with the Constitution and notify the same on the website.
तो आइन इनका वही है।
आइन वही है, आइन नहीं बदल सकते, अपनी इंटरनल वर्किंग के लिए
क्यों नहीं बदल सकते हैं? कोई बदलना चाहे बदल।
मतलब then they have to amend it in accordance with the procedure
amendment file करनी पड़ेगी आपके पास।
and then they have to file.
What turns on this point of yours?
My lord, that these rules as such will not trump the constitution.
Which rules are these?
These the rules framed by the Election Commission of PTI.
Where are those?
Those are at page 98 onwards in part 1.
So this probably will be their defense. I take it.
This may be their defense. They rely on Rule 28.
This, I presume, will be their defense, correct?
My lord, yes, and it says, your lordship may see, this probably
What comes in the way of fair and free elections with these rules? What is so offensive about them?
My
that
lord-
you don't like them?
My lord, I'd like to point out to your lordship Rule 28. In case of any vacancy in the Federal Election Commission, including Chief Election Commissioner, the Secretary General or the Chairman shall notify ad hoc Election Commission to propose to comprise of Chief Election Commissioner and as many members as may be necessary for holding intra-party election. So we
ये इसकी तारीख क्या है इनके रूल्स की?
2020 was the date.
they simply say 2020. We don't know the date, my lord.
नहीं, but even if we read this, how does it change anything?
My lord,
they are not. They are not relying on these rules because this is regarding ad hoc. They don't say I'm an ad hoc commissioner. They're saying I'm a full-fledged commissioner.
In the ECP, they relied on 28.
Sir,
Should notify ad hoc election commission. So they are not, this is not their case of ad hoc.
I make this submission because before the ECP, they relied on this Rule 28 to say,
I don't understand.
to say that the fallback position is that you could regard him as an ad hoc.
दोबारा पढ़िए जरा आहिस्ता आहिस्ता से।
In case of any vacancy in the Federal Election Commission, including Chief Election Commissioner, the Secretary General or the Chairman shall notify ad hoc election commission to comprise of Chief Election Commissioner and as many members as may be necessary for holding intra-party election.
तो पहली बात तो वैकेंसी होना है, अगर हम इसको मान भी लेते हैं, चलिए इसको मान लेते हैं फॉर द टाइम बीइंग। दूसरी बात है सेक्रेटरी जनरल या चेयरमैन नॉमिनेट करेंगे, मगर फिर भी वन मैन शो तो नहीं होगा, फिर भी मेंबर्स तो होंगे ना फिर भी।
And they have,
and as many members as may be necessary.
yes my lord.
तो वो कह सकते हैं जी चलिए हमारे पास 6 नहीं है तो 4 कर लेते हैं, for instance, I don't know.
There are two submissions over here, my lord. One, that even this Rule 28 does not envisage a one-man commission. The second submission is that under Chapter 9 on page 192, the requirement of the Constitution is that such members are to be co-opted by the Commission itself. That's one. And secondly, that insofar as the Chief Election Commissioner is concerned, he can't be co-opted. He has to go back to the electoral process.
So they are resting the case on Rule 28 or some other one?
Before the commission, they rested on Rule 28, and the commission therefore in its order says,
No, anything else which may save them, help them, which you are opposed to?
my lord, your lordship may see page 61, part of the election commission's order.
No, just tell us, we don't want to see it.
My lord, there they rely on it, and
Let's be fair, is there anything here which will help them?
my lord, our submission is no. Our submission
I'm
is,
asking as counsel, not as
No, my
representing ECP.
my submission as counsel is that the rules insofar as they are inconsistent with the
वो तो
constitution.
हम समझ गए point
Sir,
को ना.
and
But
this-
let's say they are proper rules.
And if-
How will
even-
it help them? Please tell us those provisions.
Our submission is that even if they are, then under Rule 28 itself, the body has to be an election commission. It can't be one person. So they have to explain to
जब
you.
अगर वो दूसरी बात आप ये एडॉक नहीं कह रहे हैं कि मैं एडॉक हूँ.
That's the third one.
हो सकता है कि जैसे हमारे कलीग ने पूछा कि भाई कभी कभी हो जाता है कुछ फॉर वेरियस रीजंस इमरजेंसी ये वो वगैरह कोई बीमार हो गया कुछ हो गया तो वो एडॉक चले उन्हें अपॉइंट कर दिया मगर यहाँ वो एडॉक का केस ही नहीं है तो आप उनका केस क्यों प्लीड कर रहे हैं?
I am only pointing out that in paragraph 16 of its order, the election commission notes that they admitted.
I don't think that's a relevant point.
No, the election commission noted that they admitted that this was in violation of the
Chale,
constitution.
have you concluded?
My lord, may I draw your lordship's attention to a few paragraphs of the election commission's order? I may not read it, your
So
lordship.
before that, can you show us the order under challenge again now?
The High Court order, my lord?
Ji.
My lord, yes. That, the impugned order of the High Court is at page 28. The operative part starts at the foot of the page for the reasons, part 1, page 28, part 1, for the reasons to be recorded later and subject to amplifications and explanations made therein
Yeah, but where do they say anything about the elections?
above.
In the whole dispute, as I've understood it, I may have understood everything wrong, is the validity of 2nd December election. Where is the declaration of the High Court saying that they were in accordance with law or their constitution or they were not?
They don't say anything, my lord, they simply
First you have to hold that, then whether the symbol of bat will be given or not, that is a subsequent relief. First the initial declaration has to be there. Where is that?
That is not-
Let's read it again, the whole order. We hold.
hold and declare that the impugned order of the Election Commission of Pakistan dated 22nd December 2023 be passed in case number as illegal without any lawful authority and of no legal effect.
But that still doesn't mean that there has been an election.
No, it
चलिए आपका order उड़ गया.
जी.
अब number 2 पढ़ें.
The Election Commission of Pakistan is directed to forthwith publish the certificate filed by the petitioner on its website in terms of section 209 of the Election Act 2017.
इससे पहले declaration कहाँ है? Election were in accordance with law.
There is none, my lord.
So this will only follow that declaration.
There is no such declaration.
Yes, the elections were held proper, whatever, and then issue the certificate and issue the election symbol. But I find that declaration missing.
That is missing. My lord, I can only presume. They presume to be acting. The presumption appears to be that under 209, under section 209, once the certificate is given, that is conclusive of the matter. The election commission cannot see whether the elections were fair or foul, proper or improper, in accordance with law or otherwise.
जमहूरियत के तकाजे पूरे नहीं हो रहे हैं. देखिए इस सब चीज का जहां तक मैं समझ चुका हूँ कुछ चीजें टेक्निकल है ये करो ये कागज फाइल करो सेक्रेटरी जनरल ये फला चले वो हम सब नजरअंदाज कर देते हैं. एक बुनियादी चीज है जमहूरियत मुल्क में भी होना चाहिए और जमहूरियत पार्टी में भी होना चाहिए. ठीक है आपको टॉलरेट करना होता है गिव एंड टेक कभी आपके मुखालिफिन भी आ जाते हैं कभी तो बुनियादी बात तो जमहूरियत की है. आर्टिकल 17 तो यही कह रहे हैं ना तो आर्टिकल 17 का डिक्लेरेशन तो दें. हाई कोर्ट आपने कहा ये आपका इलेक्शन मुस्तरद हम करते हैं हम इसको नहीं मानते. ठीक है आपने गलत कर दिया तो हाई कोर्ट फिर इसको ठीक करे ना कि नहीं ये इलेक्शन सही थे
That finding is not there.
अगर वो इलेक्शन सही थे फिर उनको सर्टिफिकेट भी उनका मानना चाहिए, फिर उनको इंतखाबी निशान भी देना चाहिए, फिर तो सब चीजें फॉलो करेंगी ना थ्रू. That are consequential reliefs, not the main relief.
This is the exactly problem that we are facing.
Yes.
We do not know where their reasons will go.
उन्होंने कहा reasons amplify कर सकते हैं, but this is a fundamental prayer which seems to be subject to, I'm saying it aloud, so they make a note of it and they address it. Where is that declaration? Because the prayers you will see kindly declare that the elections held on 2nd of December 2023 were in accordance with the constitution of the political party and in accordance with law and the whatever.
Because they will amplify the reasons within the ambit of the short order.
And then the next step will be and consequential relief, including accepting the requisite certification, issuing the symbol, doing 500 other things if they're required to be done. But those can follow, or even if they're not written, those can be implied. But the declaration can't be implied, or can it be implied?
My Lord, there is no such declaration. And also, if your Lordship looks at the petition, they didn't even pray over there that the elections were held properly.
Are you sure?
There is no...
petition kahan hai unki?
My Lord, your Lordship will see page 49, which is the prayer clause.
Please read them.
My Lord, hold and declare that the impugned order is without jurisdiction, without lawful authority and illegal, and as a consequence thereof, set it aside forthwith. Hold and declare that proceedings by ECP to question the validity of the IPEs on the basis of...
IPE kya hota hai?
My Lord, intra-party elections.
I don't know why people don't write the whole thing, intra-party elections.
On the basis of any objections, filed by any persons were quorum non juris, illegal and without lawful authority.
Dobara padhiye, I can't understand. Hold and declare
Declare that proceedings by ECP to question the validity of the IP